Greetings. Firstly, I want to thank the judges and the organizers of this event for giving me this opportunity to represent the opposition to the House in discussion about the merging and acquisition of tech companies and why we are opposed to the opinion that these mergers are bad. We are going to look at the arguments of the House on this matter and answer those arguments condemning mergers of tech companies, especially those concerning their concerns on users' privacy and the innovation in these tech companies. We'll also share about why mergers are actually advantages not only for consumers but also for the company themselves. So, firstly, we'd like to recap what the House has said about this problem. The House has shared their opinions on why they feel tech companies merging are unjustified, through the resulting merger company being so big that it essentially controls the market and leads to impacts on consumers like of privacy, being pressured to consent to certain company terms even when they don't want to, lack of innovation because there's no competition, laborers being disadvantaged, etc. Basically, the House has stated that mergers amid competing companies in a certain field and how it has resulted in the aforementioned impacts. So, firstly, there is the privacy problem stated by the House. They said that consumers, especially those in social media, are no longer able to decide whether or not they want to consent to a certain tech company's terms and conditions, especially concerning privacy. They also stated that peer pressure has a big influence on this problem. So basically, consumers cannot switch to a competing company or a competing social media platform um, because they've all been merged, like Instagram and Facebook being the example the House has used for this problem. But what they didn't take in account is that by choosing to use social media, the consumers have to accept that their private information is at risk. You are putting sensitive data in a platform connected by the internet, and you want the platform to assure you that their information won't and can't be leaked. It just can't be guaranteed. Privacy infringement is a fundamental risk of social media. Facebook even state this word by word in their data policy. One would maybe put the blame on peer pressure of having a social media account, but that's an entirely different problem on how to cope with peer pressure. Peer pressure. At the end of the day, if you choose to use social media, you're putting your privacy at risk, no question. Now, we want to talk about innovation. Is it really hampered by the merging of tech companies? We cannot imagine so. Companies always want to make their products more attractive, not only to their current consumers, but also to non consumers or would be consumers. Companies always want to reach out to people not yet using their services, even through this particular company has the major market share because of the merging and acquisition. This can and will be achieved through making their product better. This will be achieved through innovation. One analogy I'd like to use is the space race of the mid 20th century between US and Russia. Both of the involved countries, of course, made it to the moon eventually, but just imagine how much quicker we would have gotten to the moon if the two sides combined and worked together. USA with its superior computers and Russia with its rockets. This can be applied to the tech industry. Two big companies, each with their own innovations and technology, combining into one to make a better product than what is possible if they didn't merge. The merger of a company will also help the whole company expand to reach territories in need of their service. This will also affect the job market significantly. The bigger the company, the better the combined technology they have, the more workers they will need. A struggling tech company with its workers at risk of losing their job will be saved through being acquired by a bigger company. Now, another big aspect is convenience. An example, a big example would be Facebook. They have acquired 78 companies over the past 15 years. This means that in almost every tech platform that we use, be it a website or a different social media platform, you can log in to said platform easily through Facebook that has 2.85 million users currently. Another massive advantage of merging tech companies is interconnectivity. A new or a startup platform or company is struggling to catch traction among consumers. But by being acquired by a larger tech company like Facebook, the smaller subsidiary will be promoted through the larger platform or through the larger company. It's just like the adage: if you can't beat them, join them. This can also benefit users of a company. An example would be if I was selling stuff at an online shopping platform that happens to be connected to other platform, or maybe a even bigger platform like Facebook, my product would be promoted through those platforms. And from this, we can really understand why mergers are actually good, not only for small companies but also for the consumers. We have discussed how mergers support the growing and innovation of companies, how it can save jobs, how it can make the user experience better, and from these points, I cannot imagine how someone would dare to think that mergers are disadvantages. That is all from me. Thank you very much.